She was famous with two sentences. The first sentence was the symphony of Oriental dancing. Of course, I will tell you who said that to her, but during this video. She was one of our best Oriental dancers or belly dancers during the golden era. Suddenly, I found a friend of us. She wrote to me asking about her life and her story, because it's not so easy to find it either by English or Arabic, but I found it with or in her diary. She wrote her diary and she explained her life. Actually, she faced a lot of problems during her life, even disasters, and was too much bad things had happened with her. Also, the second sentence, which it is the woman who defeated Satan. Satan. This is a very strange sentence. If you think deeply, your body will shaking, and was very strange for me. But have also a story, and you will hear this story during this video. Her name is Nemat Mokhtar. Her real name is Naima Abdu Muhammad and was famous in Egypt and all over the Arab countries by Nemat Mokhtar. She was born 1932 in Alexandria. Her mother was from Alexandria and her father from Delta, El Mansoura city. El Mansoura city, one of the famous cities in Delta in North Egypt. After she born, by 2 years or not more than 2 years, they traveled from Alexandria, or they went from Alexandria to El Mansoura, and they lived there for a couple of years. Then a problem had happened with the family. For this reason, her mother decided to escape. She took the girl and went to the station. By the bus, they traveled to Portside. Of course, her mother know no one. She don't know anyone in Portside, but they went over there just only to escape. And when they arrived there, a woman met her in the street, asked her why she was sad or why she is sad, something like this. In the end, this woman took her with the girl and they went to a building, written from outside a name, and very strange name. I never heard this name before. Even I don't know anything about the person who has this name. The name was written outside this building, Nabawiya Slim dancer. So Nabawiya Slim was a dancer and was famous dancer in Portside in this time, but I didn't hear about her. I don't know anything about this woman, or I didn't even read anything about her. But anyway, they went over there. The strange woman explained everything for Nabawiya, who decided in the end that the mother and the girl, they can stay with her in this building or in this house for good. They stayed for about 2.5 years, something like this, and in the end, her mother decided to go back again to El Mansoura looking for the family, for her family. Nabawiya agreed and told her that she can leave the girl with her until she come back again. She went to El Mansoura and the girl stayed with Nabawiya Slim. And during this time, Nabawiya Slim started to teach the girl dancing. And after 6 years, the girl became a good dancer, and she started to work with Nabawiya Slim in parties, or some parties belongs to Nabawiya, and in this area, I mean in Portside. After that, Or during this time, Nabawiya Slim was during she teaching the girl dancing. Also, she let the girl going to the school to study because she was believed that knowledge or studying with dancing is the most important thing, or are the most important thing for arts. Until 1947. 1947, the girl was in a high school. In the high school. Suddenly, the headmaster asked the girl about her mother and asked her about what is her job. The girl said, "My mother, she is dancing. She is a dancer." The headmaster asked the girl if she can dance same like her mother or not, and she started to play rhythms for the girl, who danced actually on her rhythm. And day by day or every day, the headmaster was doing the same, and the girl was dancing every time with her with the same too. I think the headmaster, she fell in love with dancing. For this reason, she was doing this with the girl. I mean, Nemat Mokhtar, of course. 1951. Suddenly, Nabawiya Slim explained to her everything about her life and her family, who let Nemat Mokhtar feel suffered and asked her to go looking for her mother. She agreed, Nabawiya agreed, and told her that she can go over there in the city in Delta looking for her mother. If she didn't find her, she can come back again and live with her in Portside. She traveled to this city, El Mansoura city in Delta, try to find her mother, but was very difficult in the beginning until she found the house. But the neighbors told her that her grandpa and ma died since long time, and her mother traveled to Cairo. Where she is, they told her that she lives now in Muhammad Ali Street. She traveled to Cairo looking for her mother until she found her. And her mother in the beginning, she didn't recognize her because she was growing up, and she don't know that if she is her girl or not, her daughter or not. In the end, they cried after her mother knew that she is her daughter. They cried and told her that she didn't contacted her during all this time because she was afraid from her father. If he knows exactly that she lived with Nabawiya in Portside and she earned money and she have a wonderful life, maybe he will destroy this life for her. For this reason, she didn't contacted her during all this time. Her mother was married from a musician, and they were working in a parties. Yes, also there were a lot of parties. They do it and work it, and for this reason she asked her if she can work with them. Of course, she worked with them, and it was wonderful time until someone saw her, asked her if she can work in a movie. She agreed, and she went to the director. And by the way, the director, he was the husband of Naima Akif. In this time, they were preparing for a movie called circus movie. After he tested her and found that she is perfect, he agreed that she can dance in this movie, and she started to dance, and she danced, and of course they did this or they shot this movie, and was fantastic. And it was the best time for her. In this time started to be the luck started to open for her, and she became famous after that all over Egypt. And step by step, a lot of movies she did, and was fantastic. And during this time, something happened I have to tell you about. She did what you believe and what you unbelieve. She did what you like and what you dislike. She did a lot of good things and a very bad things too. For this reason, she, as we said, the woman who defeated Satan. Why? 1973. She was thinking that to do a movie about Satan and about how, or the woman who can defeated Satan. The story about this movie, it is not a very new story or something like this, but this story you can see, or I think all of you know it from everywhere, all over the world, but was in the beginning was a little bit new in Egypt. This movie changed the Egyptian society, the minds, the collective thoughts in the Egyptian society in something very important. The story about this movie is an old woman. She faced a lot of problems during her life, and suddenly she met Satan and asked him for help. Satan said, okay, I can help you, but you have to give me your soul in the end. She said, okay, give me 10 years. I can do whatever I want and let me be a rich woman. I do what I believe, what I think, what I dream, and after 10 years you can take my soul. Of course, Satan changed everything for her and she became a rich woman, and she did a lot of things, bad and good things and something like this, what seemed like the story, and until the last half an hour. Satan came back again to her, asked her to take her soul. She told him, or she said to him, that she can give him her soul, but after she go pray for God. In the beginning, Satan refused, but said to her, okay, do it. Was thinking that it will be only half an hour, she will do nothing, because she did a very bad things during the last 10 years. When she started to pray, she asked God for help and for forgiveness. And suddenly, God gave her everything in the right way, and He forgave. God forgave her, and God took her soul. That means Satan exactly lost. This is the story. Of course, this story, it is common in many societies, many cities, many countries all over the world, And the Egyptian drama, this Egyptian drama was not new, as I told you. Although this Egyptian drama adapted from the play Faust by the German philosopher Goethe. And it is not new, as I told you. Also, a lot of philosophers and a lot of psychologists talk about it, such as Sigmund Freud. But Sigmund Freud was not looking for Satan in the society or in the mythology, but from inside us, or the Satan inside us. So many people, many psychologists and philosophers talk about it. Something I have to tell you, during this film, she was crying, and nobody knows why. And it influenced her too much. After this movie, she decided to stop dancing and to play any film or in any films or something like this. She stopped everything belongs to art, and she started to pray for God and to be much more inside her religion. From 19 1973 until she died. She died 1989. During all of this time, she stopped dancing, she stopped play films or do something like that, and was concentrating too much in religion. This movie, or because of this movie, she got this sentence, what we call it, the woman who defeated Satan. Of course, a lot of people thinking the same all over the world, or many people thinking the same all over the world. I don't know if it is right or wrong, because I don't believe actually that art can do something bad for us or something like this. But sometimes people, when they concentrate in this type of art, and sometimes they believe that this is against rules or against people, against life, against something like this. Sometimes they are thinking to the opposite or to the negative side. So they stop dancing or they stop doing their type of art to believe that it is bad or something like that. Please, I will be waiting for your comments. I will be waiting for your thought about it, and write it down to me. I will be waiting for this to know exactly if you like it or not, or something like this way. And also, when we think that, I forgot to tell you, when we think that who told her, I forgot to tell you this, who told her or who mentioned her by the symphony of Oriental dancing. Really, she worked with a lot of singers, famous singers, such as Farid al-Atrash, Abd al-Halim Hafiz, but the one who gave her this, she was Kulthum. Kulthum, she loved her very much when she saw her in the beginning and found that she doing something special. For this reason, she said that she dancing looks like a symphony. And of course, all of us, we love this very much. It's wow when, for example, Kulthum say something like this for someone, because it is perfect. I will be waiting for you. As I told you, I will be waiting for you to hear your opinion about it, and of course, write down your comments and share this information and this video with all of your friends if you like it. And please subscribe with me and wait, there will be more and more and more information about this golden era and these beautiful dancers.